So last week was obviously the Xbox Direct showcase, and firstly I want to apologise for not covering all of this last week. On Tuesday I woke up like violently ill. Genuinely, I don't think I've ever been so sick in my entire life. I was ready to go to the hospital, so you'll have to excuse how late my coverage is on all of this, but I am feeling like a million times better. It's mostly just a little cough now, so if I do sound weird, I apologise, but with all of that out of the way, let's just get straight into it. You all know that I was fairly disappointed in this year's showcase. There were only two games that looked really fun and stood out to me, but the one that stood out the most was easily Clockwork Revolution. I've been excited for this game for like years now, since its first original announcement, and I am so glad that we're finally getting some gameplay and some information to talk about and learning more about the world of Clockwork Revolution as a whole. So this game just looks genuinely insane. Like, I'm so excited to play this. Just looking at the trailer again while making this video, everything looks great. I guess if I had to nitpick and say one thing that's like a slight disappointment, again just nitpicking, I'd say the graphics could have been better. But besides that, honestly, everything here just looks fantastic.
Say that again?
Everything just looks really fun and unique, and I honestly think that this might be an Exile's Baldur's Gate 3 moment. Where, you know, much like Lorraine Studios, they aren't all that big, they aren't all that famous like, say, a Rockstar, but they are about to drop a huge winner for all of us that puts them on the map. And I really hope I'm right about that. I mean, look, with every new game, I'm always a little weary, if you will, because how many times have we as gamers been burned and screwed over by fake marketing, right? Cyberpunk, Fallout 76, Last of Us Part 2, the list goes on and on and on. However, there are a few reasons why I'm feeling kind of confident for Clockwork Revolution. Reason number one being, this game could still be a while away. They were confident enough to show us a whole 5 minutes of footage and really open up about the game, but they didn't give us a release date, meaning that, you know, they're confident in what they're cooking up. Reason two is no release date yet. That just screams that they aren't rushing this thing out just to make quick, easy money. They're taking their time, they're putting their love and their thoughts into it, and it will be out when it's ready, and that just fills me with confidence. They didn't drop, you know, a massive release date like, oh, it's coming in 4 months, get excited. Like, they're showing us footage and they're saying, you know, we're still taking our time, we're still making the game, it will be out when it's out, and that gives me confidence. But the reason I'm just so excited is because of how unique this game looks. You can see it in the trailers. Using time to manipulate the world around you is such an insanely cool concept. And that's something that we haven't seen a lot of in RPGs. So we can see the entire world changing because of us playing around with time, and that's something that I really just can't wait to explore when I get my hands on this game. Look, we absolutely have to talk about the character creation, because this is one of the best character creating systems I've ever seen, dude. Not necessarily the best with like options and stuff, but I mean the best in how they're doing it. The actual creator looks great as well, but with all of the options and the character backgrounds, it looks like we're gonna get even new starting armor, like depending on what we choose, and it all looks great. And the devs have actually said that the character creator is the most expensive asset they've ever made in their company's history, and that just makes me very hyped as someone who loves creating my own character. But anyway, here's like our overall story of what we know. This is from the Xbox Wire breakdown, which I will link below in the description. But anyway, it reads, to bring you up to speed, you will play as Morgan Vanet, a customizable character and member of the Rotten Row Hooligans gang, who discover that the world they live in has been altered by the enigmatic Lady Ironwood. She has unnaturally manipulated history through her use of time travel to bring herself immense power and wealth, while keeping the working class under heel. After discovering her method of traveling into the past, you are thrust into an adventure across time to turn back the clock and right Ironwood's wrongs, however you see fit. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this story to me sounds so fun and unique, and I just, like I keep saying, I can't wait to play this goddamn game. Also confirmed, it is a set character, so I feel that this will be very cyberpunk-like, where, yes, we play as V, but it's RV. and we can make him or her however we want. We'll have different dialogue options and stuff like that to customize our own playthrough and our own experience like a true RPG. Clockwork Revolution certainly looks like a mix of Cyberpunk and Fallout to me, some of my favorite RPGs ever, and I think that's why I'm so in love with just the idea of this game, and I really can't wait to play it. It's definitely the whole time travel thing that's selling it for me, dude. Seeing like this bridge collapse and then we put it back together, or seeing this statue completely change. Like, it looks incredible to just be able to do all of this stuff like mid-gameplay. Like, I don't think that these are cutscenes. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think that this is just gameplay. And that's what's really taken me back, because I've never really seen anything like that in a game before, especially in an RPG. Plus, this trailer just definitely gives off the "you'll play this more than once" vibes, right? It looks like that type of game, at least to me, like that of an Elder Scrolls game or a Baldur's Gate 3, right? Something I can put hundreds upon hundreds of hours into, rather than those kind of RPGs that you only really play once and then sort of forget about, like the Outer Worlds, for example. I definitely think the Clockwork Revolution should have been like the big showcase game at Xbox Direct this year instead of Outer Worlds 2, because it looks 1,000 times better to me, dude. I can't really explain it. But seriously, everything just looks great here, from the combat especially, to the dialogue, to the gun customization, to the character building potential, the world, the time travel element. I really cannot wait to get my hands on it, and I am just so happy to say that this is 100% a game I'm going to be covering whenever so much as the slightest bit of news drops. So get subscribed if you want to stay up to date on everything Clockwork Revolution, and of course, if you would be so kind, hit the video with a like too. Lastly, a massive thank you to all of our channel members. You guys are the best, but my throat is low-key killing me. So with all of that said, we are gonna wrap up and be done with the videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.